this video, I'm going to explain you about Amazon Glacier. This service has been recently launched by Amazon, I think in March 2013. So the basic idea behind this service is to store the backups. So this is the archival system of Amazon. It integrates with other Amazon services like S3, so that if you have your data in S3, let's say 1 year old, and if you want to keep your data archived, so you can put that data in Amazon Glacier. So you can configure that property as we have seen in the previous video of Amazon S3. So you can configure the properties of your bucket so that the data archival can be done. And so you can configure S3 buckets to archive the data into Amazon Glacier automatically. We'll see in this video how you can archive the data. You can even delete the data if that is older than, let's say, 6 months or so. It again depends on the requirement that you have. So Amazon Glacier has something called vaults. Like we have buckets in S3, in Amazon Glacier we have vault. So what you have to do is you just have to create a vault, the one that I have created, test one. So similarly, you can just create a vault and give it a name. Let's say my vault, and create vault now. This is all what you have to do as far as Glacier configuration is concerned. Again, it depends where you want to configure your Glacier. So right now all these locations are supported: US East, North Virginia, Oregon, California, Ireland, and Tokyo. Rest of the regions like Singapore, Sydney, and Sao Paulo are not supported at all as of now. So since it has been recently launched, so probably by the end of this year all these regions will also be supported by Glacier. So once we have created the vault, let's go to Amazon S3. Now basically, when you configure S3 buckets to archive the data automatically, it will not store in your vault that you have created explicitly. It will create its own vault and store the data. If you want to upload your data from your system to the Amazon Glacier, then you can create your own vault and upload the data into Amazon Glacier. We'll just see how we can use Cloudberry Explorer to access the Amazon Glacier. So once you have Cloudberry open, go to File and click on Amazon Glacier. Here you can create your new account. Just provide the access key and secret access key, and you'll get a new account here, similar to this what I have got here. So once you create your account, it will be visible here, and you can click on this thing. So as you can see, my vault has been created. So there are two other vaults also which I have created in my Glacier, and this is the one which I have created in the Oregon region. So if you want to, let's say, upload anything, what you can do, you can just click on this thing, click on vault first, and then this, and drag it here. The process is very much same like you upload data to your S3 buckets. So you cannot upload the data using Amazon Web Console. Like in case of S3 buckets, you are able to upload the data from Amazon Console itself, but in case of Glacier, you cannot do so as of now. You can either use the Amazon APIs or you can use the third-party tool like Cloudberry Explorer. Now let's go back to S3 and see how we can configure the life cycle of a bucket so that the old data can be archived to Amazon Glacier automatically. Click on the properties of your bucket and then click on life cycle, and here you can add the rule. So if you don't want to specify any name, a new rule name will be generated automatically. Apply to entire bucket, yes. Time period, so days from the creation date, or you want to specify any date from where you want to take the archive. Let's say this, and move to Glacier. So how many days that you want to specify? Days from object's creation date. Let's say 180 days, that equals to 6 months. Save it. So as you can see, the notification says all objects in your bucket have been scheduled to move to Glacier, after which they will no longer be immediately accessible. So any object, so when I say object, I mean file or folder in your bucket, whatever the data in your bucket, that's called an object. So any object which is 6 months older will automatically be moved to or archived to the Amazon Glacier. So when this event will happen, you will see a new vault will be created by any random name will be assigned to that vault, and if you can use your Cloudberry Explorer, you can view the contents of that particular vault. So this is how you can create your vaults in Amazon Glacier and how you can configure your S3 buckets so that the data will be archived automatically into Glacier as per the conditions or policies that you will configure. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to discuss about Amazon's identity and access management. So first of all, what is identity and access management? Now, when you sign up for your account, you provide your email ID and password, so that becomes your master account. But now suppose you have multiple users who want to access your Amazon Web Console. You cannot share your master password, because if they get the access of your master account, they can do anything. So the idea is to create separate users, and each user will have its own roles and responsibilities. Now when you define separate users, first you have to define the group. Let's say we start with creating a new group, programmers. And here you can select the access level. All the programmers of my team will get their username and password, but with a limited access. Let's say read-only access, right? So here the policy has been generated for this. So all these policies of Amazon are basically written in JSON. So if you know a little bit about JSON, you can easily configure your own policy. But I'll show you how to configure policy in this video as well. Continue, and I have created all these users earlier, but you can also create new user from here. Let's say programmer 1, programmer 2, right? And continue. Here you can see generate an access key for each user. So as we seen earlier, when we created virtual servers, we use access keys and secret access keys. So that was for the master account. But now, since we are creating new users and we are not going to share the access key and secret key of the master user, we create separate access keys and secret keys for these users. Click on continue, and here it will ask you to download the file. See, so 2 users have been created and credentials have been generated for them. Download the credentials. Let's say click on your desktop and credentials, and if you open this file, you can see username here, then access key and secret access key. So you can share these credentials with your users so that they can access the server. But still, you have just created a group and you have created a couple of users. One more thing that you need to configure before you can share the credentials. Click on this one. So permissions is only read-only access. Security credentials. This is the access key. This is what we have already got, but there is no password. How come a user will access your console without a password? So you need to generate a password for that. Let's say assign an auto-generated password, and again download this. And if you open this thing again, you can see we have got some other information as well. User's name, randomly generated password, and the link which they will use to log into the management console. Now click on the dashboard, and here you can see this is the IAM user link. All the users which you will create here will use this link to log into your Amazon console and use the credentials that we have just generated, the password that we have generated, and the access key and the secret access key of those users. Now let's go back to your Amazon S3. Click on the properties of your bucket and go to permissions. Now let's try to edit this policy. Click on edit bucket policy, click on AWS policy generator. Here you have to specify the bucket policy is S3, allow, and how you can access your username which you just created in IAM. So I have created a couple of users, programmer 1 and programmer 2. I want to access programmer 1. So this is the syntax. ARN means Amazon source name, colon, AWS, and then the service name, and then 2 colons, and then your account name. So this is your account number 4092. So copy this account number, paste it over here, just remove these dashes, and then again colon followed by keyword user, and then /, then username, and which action that you want to allow to this user. I want to allow get bucket object, right? On which bucket you want to apply this policy, again access that bucket, ARN, AWS. Now the service is S3 followed by 3 colons, then the bucket name. So copy this bucket name from here and put asterisk. So if you want to access all the objects, put asterisk. If you want to access single object, then give the name of this object, just like test.html, asterisk, and add the statement. Once we have generated this statement, generate policy out of this. So this is the policy which got generated. It means get object is the action that we have allowed on this particular bucket for this user. Copy this policy and paste it here, then save. So now what we have done, we have just generated a new bucket policy based on the users which we created in identity and access management. So this is how you can grant the permissions, various roles to the various users. So first create the users in identity and access management, then edit your policy and generate the policy using the policy generator tool, and then apply the policy here, and at the last click on save. So that was all about how to create users in identity and access management, how to provide the roles and permissions, and then based on those usernames, how you can actually edit your bucket policies and allow the users to perform various actions. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos.